Talking about putting the ball in the back of the net, believe me, as it stands in Africa, Osimhen is no doubt one of those names you call. And it's a strange thing that at 26, he's still out on loan, not a permanent club so far. And just 2 games before the end of the season, he's one of the most talked about names in terms of transfer. Nothing confirmed yet, still on speculation. But as it stands, he's not signed to Galatasaray. He's still a Napoli player. And the top guns in England, Saudi, the likes of Spain, Spanish teams are ready to pounce on this transfer. But there's a hindrance in all this. But I'm here with my guy, Yimzi, all the way from Football Fans Voice to briefly dissect this topic. Before all that, you can follow us across all social media platforms on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube page at Final Whistle 93. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Drop your comment in the comment section concerning this production. Yimzi, you're welcome, my brother.
How you doing,
Yes,
man?
sir, Victor Osimhen. I understand you're a Chelsea fan. Yimzi.
Yeah.
I'm a Chelsea fan too, so it's a good thing that we are in the house free from the banters of AY, Ogochukwu, and the rest. Victor Osimhen, it's no news that we are in need of a striker as Chelsea is concerned. But sadly enough, as reported by Fabrizio about a month ago, he said Chelsea somehow don't consider him as a priority. Due to some inside source that we can confirm that his salary structure is actually a problem.
Yeah. The major issue why Victor Osimhen is not a Chelsea player at the moment, I think it's his wages, because last season we saw all that happened and his wages came into play after the whole saga. Rumors leaked and we saw the whole details. And if you look at these new owners at Chelsea, they've been trying to take down the wage structure.
Yeah.
From you saw how Sterling left,
Yeah.
sent away Havertz, Mason Mount, just to beat down this wage structure, and they might not go
Want
all
to
in.
consider at
Yeah,
all.
they might not consider Victor Osimhen, and it's very sad because at this time Chelsea needs a top striker, a number 9, a proper goal poacher, not a player like Nicolas Jackson.
right?
So it's sad. It's very sad that Chelsea might not go all out, even as the summer transfer window opens in a couple of weeks. Chelsea might not go all out for Victor Osimhen. Sad one as an African, as a Nigerian, sad one. But we're still hoping for a miracle.
That's the miracle. In as much as I'm a Nigerian first before a Chelsea fan, I was somehow happy when I saw like Manchester United to pull out because of the salary structure and everything.
United have pulled out.
Yeah, they pulled out because of the salary structure and everything. There were some sources confirming that aside Casemiro being one of the highest paid players, and that his salary was negotiated before the new owners came in. Because according to some sources, Casemiro is on £350,000. So that salary was negotiated for before the owners came in. You understand? So they are trying to curtail the whole process and everything. Now we can confirm that Saudi Arabia never left the deal.
Wow.
They are just looking in the corner like this, one of the bitter eggs waiting to pounce on this situation now. And the money they are offering is ridiculous. A source confirmed that converting it to Naira, we're talking about 1.3 billion Naira.
Wow, that's massive.
That's massive numbers.
See, the last window we saw what happened. What's the name of that team again? Was it Al Ali?
Al Ali, yeah.
Came into play and they had the flight already, have everything set,
ready,
dude, and somehow the move broke down. And they're coming back this time again. See, if Osimhen doesn't find his way back to Europe, he'll be going to Saudi. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
But
it's going.
What do you think the player wants? Is it the money now, or he wants to stay in Europe?
See, I think he wants both. Because if you look at the wages, he sees himself as a top striker. He's a
no
top
doubt,
striker.
he's a top striker.
And that's how everyone sees him. But he's not being offered what he deserves. So I think if you're good and you're not being offered what you deserve, I think you can look elsewhere. He wants to stay in Europe. That was one of the reasons why he didn't leave outright. He didn't leave. He went to Turkey.
Yeah.
He still stayed.
At least he played the Europa League before they eventually went out.
Yeah, he played Europa League. He wants to stay in Europe. Of course, we know Osimhen's dreams of playing for a big club like Chelsea. He's been a childhood Chelsea fan. So there's no, you won't say he doesn't want to play in Europe. He wants to play Europe, but the wages, they're not willing. These teams are not willing to pay him what he deserves. Manchester United, of course, as a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't want to see him play for Manchester United.
Yeah.
But United, you're offering other players. You bought Biillion. You've given him good wages. Casemiro is there, giving him good wages. Why can't you break the bank?
Even of recent, Kobe Mino was asking for a ridiculous amount.
Imagine. But why can't you break the bank for this player, for Victor Osimhen? Why? Chelsea, why can't you break the bank for this player? Yeah, we already pointed that out. Arsenal again. We know Arsenal are a bit interested. Arsenal, we've seen how Arsenal over the years they've said they don't want to break the bank. They're always slow when it comes to transfers. But lately, we've seen them make big moves in the
Even before
market.
transfer window
Yeah,
opens, yeah.
and currently they have a striker issue. So why are aren't them willing to break the bank for Victor Osimhen?
Yimzy, with all this now, are we ascertaining the fact that the problem is not with Victor, other than the suitors now? That's what we're ascertaining now,
Yeah, the problem is with the suitors,
not Victor Osimhen.
not Victor
Because he's
Osimhen.
a proven goal scorer, not
He's
the
a
house.
proven goal scorer, but the problem is with the suitors. They're not willing to pay him what he's due. They're not willing,
Okay.
and it's sad.
Okay, linking this back to the Super Eagles of Nigeria now, because as it stands, he's our second highest goal scorer in Nigerian football history, of which we're tipping him to, 26. He still have a lot of competitions to play to do all these things and everything now. Are we saying it's because of his exploits in the national team? That is why he's not being considered for one of these numbers, because Osimhen at 26 has never been to the World Cup. You understand where I'm coming from now? We're talking about top players like the likes of Havertz, the likes of Casemiro being to multiple World Cups. Are we saying that the likes of Mbappe winning the World Cups, Vinicius, all of them going? Are we saying that
No,
they are devaluing him because of his exploits in the national team?
Now, have we ever seen Haaland at the World Cup?
No, I don't think that.
We've got this player from Ipswich. What's his name? Leon Delap.
Lap, yeah.
And every English club now is running towards him and trying to offer him some ridiculous amount of money. What have we seen him in English colors?
No.
I don't think so. So I don't think the World Cup or national team appearances or competitions, him not winning laurels for the Super Eagles is a reason why these clubs don't want to offer him huge sums. I don't think.
So we should not have this notion on our back of mind that probably because he's an African,
That can come into
that can be
play.
another angle.
But I won't like to talk about it. That can come into play.
Well, it's like you said, there's no doubt that Victor Osimhen is a good goal scorer and everything. You understand? 2 matches to play. Today he has a cup final, which is on course to win the double with Galatasaray, which we'll
He's
consider
going
as
to
a,
win it.
you understand?
He's going
He's
to
going to
win
win
it.
it.
Another
Which-
trophy.
which we consider as a successful loan deal, because as it stands, he's the highest goal scorer in the Turkish league. He's going to win the league with Galatasaray. He's going to win the cup, hopefully, by the end of today. It's going to be a successful loan deal for him as a player.
A successful loan deal, a good move. Galatasaray came out of the blue when nobody even thought about them. Good move for him. Went to Turkey, scored goals, keep scoring. Every weekend we're celebrating an Osimhen goal, and it's been a successful move to Galatasaray. The Galatasaray, there's a saying that as fans, don't fall in love with a lone player.
I'm telling
And
you,
they've made
never
that
do it.
very big mistake of falling in
In
love
with
with
Victor
a lone
Osimhen.
player. So it's going to break their heart at the end of the season
At the end of the season,
when he moves.
finally, before we go, there were these talks that Galatasaray are hoping, in case no other clubs want to eventually go for him, they're hoping to offer him a loan deal, one more loan deal to stay. There'll be this team around him. They're offering him Champions League football, offering him the same amount of money he wants to earn. If you were to advise Osimhen, are you telling him to move away now, or he can still stay one more year in order to look for more suitors?
Can Galatasaray win the Champions League?
Participation is something.
Yeah, participation is something, but at the end of the day,
No
if-
participation gets your name in the conversation.
Yeah. I think the money involved, the money Saudi are offering, they won't go away. I know
Never.
Saudi, they won't go away. I think he's 26. I think I'm going to, for me, if I'm advising Osimhen, I'll tell him to leave.
Okay. Well,
Get the money.
thank you very much, Yimzi. Like Yimzi just said, if he was to advise Victor Osimhen, he would tell him to leave Galatasaray at this point. But with the ridiculous amount of money Saudi are offering, who knows? Like I said, there's no loyalty in football. Who knows? But talking about the player itself, goal scoring is never a problem for him. You understand? The highest goal scorer in Turkish football as it stands, on course to win a cup this evening. And Trust Finance will bring you the post-match reactions pertaining that match. That's our time. We see you guys.